welcome you all in e-learning. Today we are going to see about class 10 Sanskrit, chapter number 6, KAASTHA KHANDAH. The meaning of the title is a piece of wood. Dear students, already we have seen the first part of the same chapter, in which we have seen that a certain preceptor was wandering on the bank of river Ganga with his disciple. Now, pointing out a piece of wood floating and taken away by current of the water, the teacher said to disciple that this will reach to ocean with the current of water. But if on the way of its going, four obstacles such as being stuck up in the bank, being drowned in the water due to excessive heavy burden, and being caught in a whirlpool and separation from the water of this river do not occur, only then it can reach to the ocean. The preceptor further says to the disciple that all human beings are like this piece of wood, and all human beings like us are also like this piece of wood. Our life is is a river. The family is like the current, and the water of love flows in it. Living life in our own family, we, like a piece of wood, will surely be able to reach the ocean of the world full of happiness if four obstacles do not occur. Up to here we have seen in the previous video. Now the remaining lesson we will see in this video in detail. When teacher says that we can reach to the ocean of happiness of this world if we come through or go through these four obstacles, then disciple is asking, जीवने कीदृशाः विघ्नाः भवन्तीति शिष्यः अपृच्छत्. जीवने means in life, कीदृशः means which, विघ्नाः means obstacle, भवन्तीति occurred, shishya apruchat means the disciple asked. So the words are like this. In life, kidusha means which, vidnaha obstacles, bhavantiti occurred or happened, apruchat so what does the disciple ask? Disciple asks to the preceptor that what are the obstacles in life, like what are the obstacles in life. Guruha samupadishatah nadi रूपे जीवने आहार निद्रा भयादयः तीरभूताः सन्ति. Guru samupadishat means preach. Now teacher is preaching nadi rupe jivane, this life which is in the form of river. This life which is in the form of river. Ahar means food, nindra means sleep, and bhai means fear. Tirabhutta santi, it's a bank of river. Tirabhutta means it's a river bank, right? Santi means are. So, first of all, when disciple is asking that which are the obstacles in life or what are the obstacles occur in life, so the preceptor says that in the river of life, this life is just like a river. It's going on, it's in moving way, right? the bank. Food, sleep and fear are like a bank. Word meaning samupadishata. Samupadishata means preach. Nadi rupe. Nadi rupe, in the river of life. Or in the form of river. Jeevane means life. Ahar, food. Nindra, sleep. Bhaya means fear. And fourth obstacle is Ahar, Nindra, Bhaya. Tir Buddha, it's a bank. So, when disciple is asking which are the four obstacles which occur in life, then the teacher says that the first obstacle is like this, that the river of life, in that food, sleep and fear are like the bank. तीरेषु संलग्नताः नाम आहार, निद्रा, भयादीनां सेवने सततं प्रवृत्तिः. तीरेषु संलग्नता, the word संलग्नता means associated. Ahar, nindra and bhai means food, sleep and fear. Sevane satatam pravrutti. Sevane means to conserve and satatam means continuously and pravrutti means active or doing work, right? So being stuck up to the banks means constantly activities of eating food, sleeping or being afraid. Now actually this construction of all this thing or consumption of all this thing continuously is not good for human being. So the words are like this. Sanlagnata means associated. The word sanlagnata means associated. Sanlagnata ahar, nindra, bhayadina, sevane. So the word sevane means consumption. Sevane satatam and pravrutti, continuous activity. Satatam pravrutti and Tiresu means on the bank of river. So here teacher says that these things are needed and necessary for human being and it is associated with human being, right? So teacher says that in the river of life, food, sleep, fear are like the bank, and being stuck up to the banks means constant activity of eating food, sleeping or being afraid is not good for human being. obstacle. वस्तुतस्तु आहारदयः सेवनीयः भवन्ति तथापि तत्र सततं संलग्नता विघ्नः एव. So the word वस्तुतस्तु means but actually. सेवनीय आहारादयः सेवनीयः. आहारादयः means food and all these things. भवन्ति तथापि तत्र सततं संलग्नता विघ्न. Vigna means obstacle. See, here the teacher wants to preach to the student that these things are needed and necessary for human beings. It is associated with the human life, but continuously consumption of food, continuously consumption of sleep, and constantly eating or constantly being afraid is not good for human being. So, teacher says that these all things are essential, but being constantly sticking to them surely an obstacle. But if you are continuously sticking to them, continuously if you are doing consumption of food, or continuously if you are eating, then it can be harmful for you. Like your body might be changes, right? And due to that, many disease can occur in your body. Constant sleep is also not good for human being, right? And if you are having fear of something, but if you are continuously having the same thing or constantly you are being afraid, then it is not good for human being. So the teacher is telling the very first obstacle of human life is these things are associated with the human life, but if you are continuously doing the same thing, then it can become obstacle for you. So if the obstacle in the form of being constantly engaged in eating food, enjoying sleep, being afraid, then there we like the piece of wood cannot reach the ocean of joy or happiness. So ahar nindra bayadishu सततं प्रवृत्ति रूपः विघ्नः भवति. As I have already told that if you are continuously taking food and having sleep and being afraid of something, then it can become obstacle for you. And काष्ठखण्ड रूपा वयं सुखरूपं समुद्रं प्राप्तुं न शक्नुमः. So then as we are in the form of piece of wood, we cannot reach to the ocean of happiness, right? So here the very first obstacle which is told by the teacher is that these things are just like a river bank. Our life is like a river, and these things are like in the form of river bank. These things are associated with the human being. Human needs these things, right? But continuously if you are practicing the same thing, continuously if you are doing consumption of all these things, then this can become obstacle in your life. And if you are continuously connected or stuck up in these things, then you cannot reach to the ocean of happiness. Now second obstacle which is for human being is told by the teacher is सामाजिक व्यवहार भार रूपो भवति. सामाजिक व्यवहार, सामाजिक means social and व्यवहार means here we will take it as not behavior but as dealings. As human is a social creature, social animal, right? As we humans are like social animals, so as we are living in this society, so we have to do social dealings as well, right? So social dealings are like burdensome, right? Vyavhar. The word Vyavhar means deals. And Bhararupa means are burdensome. So, social dealings are burdensome. Second obstacle, sinking due to heavy burden. That we are going to see here. How teacher is connected this piece of wood with the human life, right? This piece of wood is just only a metaphor, but teacher wants to preach to disciple about human life, that if we come through this four obstacle and if we pass through this four obstacle, then we can live in this life, right? In this world which is in a form of ocean, and we can live happily in this world which is in the form of ocean. So the second point, which is teachers saying that samajik vyavhara bhararupa bhavanti, means social dealings are burdensome. Sometimes it happens. See, as we are a human beings, we live in a society, as we are a social animal, right? So we have to deal with the society, with the people, and sometimes it happens that whatever dealings we are doing with the society, with the families, with the members, with the friends and neighbors, it becomes burdensome, right? How it becomes burdensome? Let us see. यद्यपि सामाजिक व्यवहार सर्वत्रैव अपेक्षितो भवति. यद्यपि, today, although सामाजिक व्यवहार, social dealings, सर्वत्रैव, सर्वम plus सर्वत्रैव, so everywhere, अपेक्षित भवति. अपेक्षित means is expected. See, as we are living in the society, so social dealings is needed and necessary, is expected by everyone. परंतु सह शक्तिमती क्रम्य न भवेत्. परंतु means but, सह means it. शक्तिमती क्रम्य, walking beyond capacity. The word शक्तिमती क्रम्य means walking beyond capacity. भवेत्, should not perform. Should not perform. ये जनाः स्वकीयाः शक्तिमतीक्रम्य सामाजिकान् व्यवहारान् कुर्वन्ति ते अतिभारत्वान् निमज्जति एव. Now here the teacher is talking about second obstacle, sinking due to heavy burden. See, so first of all he says that the social dealings are needed and necessary for everyone, and it is also burdensome. Although somewhere, everywhere we have to do the social dealings and it is expected from us. But when a person is working beyond their capacity, the person is working beyond their capacity, then they have to face many problems. The word meanings are like this. Yadyapi, although, सर्वत्रैव, everywhere, अपेक्षितो, परंतु शक्तिमती क्रम्य, शक्ति and mati, क्रम्य. Word shakti, mati, क्रम्य. beyond capacity. शक्तिमती रम्य स्वकीयाः their own सामाजिकं व्यवहारं कुर्वन्ति ते अतिभारात् निमज्जति. Sinking. So, the second obstacle, sinking due to heavy burden, is explained by the teacher to the disciple. That teacher says that social life become burdensome. As we are human beings, we are social creature, we are living in a society, so we are doing social dealings. But many times it happens that social dealings becomes burdensome. Even though social behavior is invariable, expected everywhere, it should not be exceeding to the limit of our strength. The people who engage themselves in social life crossing the limit of their strength surely gets drowned by its unbearable weight. निमज्जितः जनः सुखमयं संसार समुद्रं प्राप्तुं न शक्नोति. निमज्जितः जनः, a person who drowned, a person who sunk or drowned. Sukhmaya sansar samudram. Sukhmaya means happily. Sansar samudram means this world is in a form of ocean. Praptum, to get. Na shaknoti, not possible. So, a person drowned cannot reach the ocean of the world of happiness. Now see the word meaning. Word meaning. A drowned person drowned. Sukhmaya. Sukhmaya means happiness. संसार समुद्रम. World in the form of ocean. World which is in the form of ocean. न प्राप्तुं न शक्नुमः. Cannot reach. burdensome, right? Many a times it happens that people are going beyond their capacity and they are doing social dealings. As if, let us take one example, if one person is a poor but as he is living in the society, he have to go in many functions and he have to travel. For that he have to do expense, and further as he is going in a function, so he have to give some gifts or he have to do dealings, right, social dealings. But many a times it happens that a person is poor, that's why he have to do the dealings anyhow, and that's why he is borrowing money from somewhere, right? And this happens that due to this social dealings, many a times people are going in a debt, right? So this is how social dealings becomes burdensome. So teacher says that a person should do social dealings, but excessive engagement or to do engage themselves in social life, crossing the limit of their own strength, surely gets drowned by its unbearable weight. A person drowned like this cannot reach to the ocean of happiness. So here we have seen obstacle number first and obstacle number second, right? Obstacle number first is join. These things are joined with the river bank, just like a river bank, right? We have to conserve these things, but over an excessive attachment with these things can become obstacle for a human being. Second obstacle we have seen sinking due to heavy burden. In that we have seen human beings are doing social dealings. Many times it happens that social dealings becomes burdensome and many people sunk due to heavy burden, right? So here we have seen obstacle number first and second. The remaining two obstacles we will see in the next video. You may note down the words with